What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Andie. Today's video, I'm going to be doing a story time. This story literally makes me look like a complete idiot. Like, there's no doubt about it. To this day, I cannot believe I did this. It's just, it makes me look stupid, and I can laugh about it now, but I thought I was doing a good thing when I did this. But yeah, let's jump right into it. This is the story about how I sent my he's now my ex-boyfriend, but he was obviously my boyfriend at the time, money so he could fly to Denver to go see Wiz Khalifa and to come see me. So, starting off, let's just say we're going to call him Jake. Because, you know, I'm not going to ask for his permission to use his name or anything, so we're going to call him Jake. So we were dating, and it was the summer of 2014. And his mom decided to move him and his little sisters down to Kentucky, and they lived in Nebraska when we started dating, and we had been dating for like 2 years at this point. Well, she was decided that she was moving her and the 3 kids to Kentucky to go be with some dude that I'm pretty sure met online. I don't really know the whole story on how she met him or whatever, but so she did that, and I was obviously freaking heartbroken. Like, it was pretty sure, like, I ended up having like a freaking midlife crisis. Like 2 days after he left, I completely bleached. I had dark brown hair, like kind of like how I have now. It was actually darker, I'm pretty sure. And I decided to completely bleach my whole head. Like, all of my hair was blonde. I've never been blonde in my life. Where'd your pacifier go? So, like, this is, like, that's how much, I don't really know, but that's like what it did to me. Like, I completely had like a midlife crisis at 18. So anyways, so he moves down to Kentucky, and like we continued our relationship for about 2 or 3 months, and then I finally like called it quits, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, long distance relationship is like not gonna work out. Well, he moved down there in July. I believe it was like the weekend of 4th of July in 2014. He moved down there. Well, he recently, before he moved down there, he had met this kid named, we'll call him Weston. That's funny because he actually had a friend named Weston. So we're not going to call him Weston. We're going to call him Wyatt. So he had met this friend named Wyatt who had moved up to Nebraska from like Georgia or something. I don't even know if I met the kid, and they were friends for like months before he had moved down to Kentucky. So he moved down to Kentucky, and this Wyatt was like, hey Jake, I have 3 tickets to go see Wiz Khalifa in Denver. Wanna come? And he was like, yeah, like, hell yeah, that would be dope. I would love to come. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get the money, but like, that would be awesome. Well, it was right before my senior year, so I really wanted to get my senior pictures taken. Well, my mom, like I've said before, she was a single mom. She didn't have a lot of money to spare, and when I was younger, my great-grandma had actually bought a savings bond, and I like talked to my mom, and I was like, I want to cash my savings bond. I know it's not completely matured yet, but I want to cash my savings bond, and I want to buy myself my senior pictures. Like, it wasn't a big deal to me, but I really wanted senior pictures done. And I was willing to pay for them myself. And she was like, okay. And I was like, and also, you know, like, I need some new clothes. Like, I don't really have any clothes that fit me anymore. And she was like, okay, like, I will let you do that. So I went and talked to my grandpa, got my savings bond for my grandpa, and I went and cashed it. Well, it was like $1,000 savings bond, and I think I got like $600 out of, like, almost $700 out of it. And so when I did that, I talked to the lady who I wanted to do my senior pictures, and I paid for my senior pictures. And then I told Jake, I was like, hey, if you want to go to that concert, I will send you $200 to help with your flight and, like, everything. And he was like, that would be awesome, babe. I would love that. So I did that. I went to Walmart and I sent him $200 through their little, whatever it's called. And so I sent it to him and he got the money. Well, so then it was like 2 weeks before the concert, and I was like, I'm so excited to see you. Like, I cannot wait to see you. Like, I was just stoked to see this kid. And, like, because when I tell you, I was in love with this dude. Like, I would do anything for this kid back in the day. Now, I'd rather, like, punch him in his face, which, if you heard what he's done to me, you'd understand. But anyway, so he was like, yes, like, I can't wait to see you. It's going to be so fun. Like, I get to see Wiz Khalifa with my best friend. Like, this is going to be awesome. And I'm like, I love it. So the time rolls around and we're like constantly talking because I don't get to see him. Like, when he lived in Nebraska and I lived in Wyoming, like, I saw him every weekend. Right before he moved, he was actually, like, kind of living with us because his dad had kicked him out and his mom was already down in Kentucky, and it was just a shit show. I should have seen the red flags from the beginning that this dude was gonna be no good for me, but I ignored them. The concert, like, it's time for the concert, and I, like, remember his mom taking him to the concert, or to the airport, and then I remember his mom taking him to the airport to drop him off. Well, at this time, he didn't actually have a phone, so he was always texting me off of his mom's phone. So his whole flight there, and, like, the whole time he was in Denver, I had no way to talk to him because I wasn't going to be that crazy bitch and message this Wyatt guy just so I could talk to my boyfriend. So, he ends up coming back to Nebraska, and he was there for 3 or 4 days, I believe, before he went back to Kentucky. So where we lived, the closest airport was here in Denver. And so that's like 3 hours between where we lived and Denver. So it was like the only airport he could fly out of to get back to Kentucky. Well, anyways, so he's in Nebraska for I don't know how long. I'm trying to message this kid. I'm trying to text his sister. Like, I'm trying to get a hold of this kid, trying to figure out why he had not gotten a hold of me. I didn't talk to him for the whole entire 3 to 4 days. Maybe I talked to him for 3 minutes on the phone when he just happened to be with his sister. And I was pissed. Like, I have never been so mad at myself or at another person ever. And I'm like trying to figure out like what his deal is, like why I haven't heard from him, like why he hasn't like tried to come see me. Like I was 30 minutes away from him and he didn't even like call me. He didn't text me saying, "Hey, I'll be in Scottsbluff for, you know, these 3 days. Like, let's make a plan and come see me." No, I didn't see that kid for a millisecond while he was in town. He gets back to Kentucky, and I'm like talking to him, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, are you kidding me? I just sent you money, and then you're just not gonna like come see me? He was like, well, I didn't have any way to get a hold of you. I didn't have any access to social media, so I couldn't message you on Facebook or nothing, and like all of these excuses. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, it's fine, you know, like maybe I can fly down there during Christmas break to see you and stuff. And I was like, I was making excuses for him. And when I tell you that nobody but like 3 people knew that I used my savings bond money to fly this kid out here, I'm not lying. Like, no, I don't even know if my mom knows. When she watches this video, that's when she's gonna find out. And I'm so freaking sorry, Mom. Like, fuck. And, you know, like, I can't believe I did this. I cannot believe I took my own money to fly this kid out here, and he had the nerve not to even try to get a hold of me. His sister had my number. I had his sister on Facebook. Like, he had so many ways to get a hold of me, but he made excuses. And excuses are like assholes. Everybody has one. I literally cannot believe that I'm sitting here 4 years later. It has literally been 4 years this month since this has happened. And I still feel like an idiot for doing it. Like, complete idiot. But I ended up actually breaking things off with him like 3 weeks after this concert happened. Because I was like, you know what? You're a piece of shit. You don't care about me. All I ever was to you was a piece of ass for almost 3 years. I wasted 3 years on a dude. And I'm pretty sure he didn't even give a shit about me. And you know what? There's still like this much love in my heart for that kid because I gave so much of my love to that kid. And it's hard to just get rid of it all. You know, like, at this point in my life, I have no hard feelings for him. I hope he's happy. I hope that he will, like, thrive in life and do awesome things. But I just don't give a shit about the kid. I can't believe I let somebody play me like that for so long. But anyways, so, like, I got permission. Okay, when I say I got permission from Dylan to make this video, I asked him because, like, I know what it's like when an ex is constantly talking about, or when your girlfriend or boyfriend is constantly talking about an ex. I know what it's like. You know, I used to be that person who was like, oh my god, Jake this, Jake that, Jake this, Jake that, Jake, you know? Like, I was that person. I was so overly obsessed with a human being. It was unhealthy. But I asked Dylan, I said, is it okay to make this video and it won't upset you that I'm telling this story and I'm talking about him? And he was like, no, go for it. It's funny. You're an idiot. Like, great content. That's what it is. So I was like, okay. So I decided to make this video. You know, like, I just want PSA. I just want every person who's I don't care what age you are. I just want you to know that if you see more than like 2 red flags, pay attention, because it's probably going to ruin your life if you don't. I'm speaking from experience, you know, like I went through so much shit just to be with this kid. I went through so much shit being with this kid. Like literally my first biggest red flag was like, he told me, he was like, yeah, like I want you to be my girlfriend. And I was like, dope, like I'm down. This was in December of 2012. I was like, hell yeah, like let's date. I'm into you. And so then a week later, I found out that he had already had a girlfriend. Like he was literally dating somebody else, but he broke up with her to be with me. But then like throughout our whole relationship, like he was like still talking to her, he was still talking to his other ex. Like it was just so fucked up. And I just cannot believe that I wasted 3 years on that dude. To this day, I still want to be like, hey, you got that fucking $200 I sent you? Because like I could really use it. I got some bills to pay. But will I ever see that money again? No. Do I really care? Not really. It's annoying, but I really don't care. You know, like, that's life. You live and you learn. Don't ever send money to somebody unless you absolutely know that they're not a piece of shit. And if his siblings are watching this, his sisters, I'm sorry. I actually really like you guys. I still really like you guys. I just don't like your fucking brother. So, but really the only one who would probably know who I was actually talking about would be his older sister. So, yeah. That's about it. That's my story. Don't be an idiot like I was, because 4 years later, you still feel like a moron. Boys are kind of stupid, and they're probably gonna fuck you over. So, just be happy with yourself. But yeah, that's really all I have to this story. Don't forget to comment down below any embarrassing stories that you have of yourself. Give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on my notifications so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Yeah, that's all for today, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Got a message.